I hope, Ben, you've got your key around your neck. I know you keep it there for safekeeping. Belle, you've got yours. I can see.
Where
Wonderful.
did you keep yours, Belle?
You'll never know.
Interesting.
All right, well, I keep mine in a special pocket. And when we turn them all at the same time, we open up the forbidden folder. This is where we keep all the ideas that we haven't got around to in the past. Maybe they're, taboo, a bit strange, a bit off the wall, whatever it may be. This morning, 13/24/10. Have you hired a PI? See, I don't even know. Apparently you can just look them up and you can get them.
Yeah.
Well, they're not illegal.
But it's interesting, isn't it? I suppose, it seems weird. I'm sure they would have to do their due diligence because you wouldn't want just stalkers being like, hey, follow this person for me, I'll pay you. Surely you would have to know, this is my actual husband and I think he's doing the dirty on me, or do you know what I mean? What is it I think my mate's stealing from me, or why do you hire them?
Well,
is it to follow your kids or something? Why do you get them?
Yeah, why would you? And especially in this day and age, I feel like PIs would have been bigger back in the day because now we've got the internet at our fingertips and you can look up anything about anyone now that you just Google them and find stuff. All my friends and I, we're all PIs. If you give us a name, we can find out everything about him online.
We were going to hire a PI to follow Belle around for a week.
Oh, that's right.
And then we were going to, on air, just say all the things she did in 5 days.
That's just creepy.
And then we were like, oh, that's really funny. And then when we actually thought about it, we're like, oh, it's kind of creepy.
I do remember that.
It would be super boring.
Belle. That was, we felt like it may have been a small invasion of privacy.
Yeah.
Hey, Belle, what were you doing at 11:52 last Saturday? Well, we've got it here on a sheet of... Yeah, I don't know.
We've got a video of it right here.
I mean, we put it on Instagram. I don't even know. Well, you always thinking of other ways to stitch each other up.
13/24/10. You can remain anonymous if you'd like, but have you ever hired a private investigator?
I'd love to, just know what they're like as well. Are they, normal? Because, in the movies, it's some rugged ex-cop that's been wronged and, was just trying to take the law into his own hands.
And they do the stakeouts for a day and somehow are fine.
Yeah, they're, they've got a sandwich wrapped up and they might just, be listening to the baseball game or something where they've got the binoculars,
13/24/10. If you've ever hired a private investigator, we would love to get you on the show this morning.
Cheryl, in Ivanhoe, you have, is that true?
Yes, that's true.
So, Cheryl, why did you hire a PI?
Because I was suspecting my husband having an affair.
Oh, and what happened? What did the PI find?
I had some knowledge of where they would probably meet, and I gave him some clues, and he found them where they were. They were at the Crown Casino.
Yeah.
And he got some photos for me.
Oh,
yeah, Cheryl,
no.
That's sad. I'm sorry that was happening. Just out of interest, if you sort of thought, your husband might be doing the dirty and you sort of knew where he could be, did it ever cross your mind to go there yourself, or you just wanted to, get a professional involved to sort of sort things out?
Well, I couldn't go myself.
Right.
Because I was stuck at work.
Fair enough.
And, yeah. And I wasn't sure how he would react if he caught me catching him.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
How much does a PI set you back? For that little, you gave the guy some clues, you wanted some photos. What does that sort of cost?
Yeah, it was about 600.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
And more.
Mm.
But this is going back more than 15 years.
Okay. Imagine if the PI upsold you. Imagine if the PI was like, hey, got some photos, but you're going to have to pay for them. I've got it, but you're going to have to pay.
The executive package with a video, and you get an album at the end of it.
Yeah.
It's like a lawyer. If they win the case, then they get paid. If he's cheating, you'll have to pay the full fee.
Ben and Belle were joined by a real-life Melbourne private investigator now. Gavin is his name. Good morning, Gavin. How are you?
Hi guys, how you going?
Very good, thank you. Gav, how long you been a PI for?
Oh, I've been going on nearly 15 years now.
Wow. And is this something you do where you're a cop and then you pivot into PIing, or did you just get into PIing out of school?
Oh, a lot of guys do. They get sick of all the paperwork in the police, and then they move into private investigations.
Yeah, you'd be a bit more of a rogue.
Yeah, no paperwork. That's concerning.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
A lot of cities as well.
Sorry, Gavin.
Yeah.
So what's the like? We spoke to a caller before who said that they called a PI because they thought their partner was cheating. Is that the main thing that you get called for?
It's probably about 70% of our work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the majority of it's cheating partners, but that's what we we try to target because there is another side of it, which is kind of the more boring side, which is the workers' compensation insurance side.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. People doing the dirty on their workplace.
Is that like the other 30%, or is that 20%?
Oh no, there's a lot of that. It's just it's more run by the insurance companies. So it's the really big PI firms that have the contracts and that sort of thing.
Yeah, right. So I didn't realise that. So if you're on, say, work compo, companies will hire PIs to make sure they're actually injured and not just playing golf.
Absolutely, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so a lot of your job is it spent on the stakeouts in the car with the long lens, and then your job's pretty much done if you capture that person, either cheating or they're skipping around, kicking the footy if they've got a back injury, or is that it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, with the insurance work, they want to try and get multiple times because the more evidence they got, the better it is.
Yeah,
and it doesn't usually end up in court. They just tell the person, say, hey, we've caught you doing this and that, and we're cancelling your insurance policy, and they go, well, hey, you've got the evidence.
Yeah.
I'd love to know, I know this is a bit of a weird question, but what are you wearing right now, Gavin? Because I imagine you're in a Hawaiian shirt and then, you might have a moustache and there's a bit of a trench coat and, you're
trench coat, the top hat.
Yeah.
Hang on, do you think he's wearing a trench coat over his Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah, just a real card, it's
the good thing about a PI, you don't know they're a PI, right?
Yeah. So you're just wearing a T-shirt?
Mate, I'm in jeans and a black T-shirt.
Sneaky.
You wouldn't even know I'm a PI. I just blend in.
Yeah.
Have you ever worn a disguise, Gavin? A full disguise?
Well, what we do is we have a change of clothes. So if you're out somewhere and this person sees you a few times, you can race back your car and you put a jumper on or put a cap on. Or, whatever.
You look like the same guy in blue jeans and a black shirt, but you're wearing a hat.
It cannot be him.
In your earlier days of private investigating, has anyone, be honest, has anyone ever called you out? As Ben said, have you been sitting at a cafe and you sort of got the eye holes cut out in a piece of paper and they're like, dude, I literally,
dude,
I know someone's paying you to, have you ever been sprung before?
I'd be lying if I said no.
Yeah.
So what happens if someone are you following me? Is that it?
Well, it was a Friday afternoon at a bar, below one of the high-rise buildings.
Yeah.
And my mate happened to work in the building. And I said, hey, I'm doing a PI job and I need someone to come down and sort of help me blend in. And
nice.
Anyway, so we're having a few drinks and having a few more drinks and about 2 hours goes on and I was getting pretty happy.
Yeah.
And the guy gets up and starts leaving with this girl. I'm like, oh, mate, I'm going to go. See ya. So I'm walking down the street and, wasn't really thinking right straight.
Yeah.
And I had my phone out and I'm just walking down behind him, filming this guy.
Yeah.
And thinking, they're not going to see me because I'm behind him, right? And he's walking along holding hands with her.
Yeah.
And this little kid walking the other way, he goes, hey, that guy's filming you. So
the jig's
I
up.
put my phone down. I put my phone down and the guy turns around and goes, hey, are you filming me? I said, no, I was just taking a photo. I'm a tourist.
Yeah.
And he was showing me the phone. I said, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound that bad if you can sit and have drinks for 2 hours and then go, better go.
Just start doing a bad German accent. Nine, I am a tourist.
Hey, Gav, look, we do appreciate you coming on this morning and shedding some light on the PI world. If someone wanted to, so you're a Melbourne private investigator. If someone wanted to hire you, do they just go to your website? What do they do?
Well, yeah, that's right. melbournepi.com.
Yep.
They just give us a call.
Yep.
And book us in. We don't generally meet with people. Everything's done over the phone these days.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So it's not too personal. And, and we just get some details, find out the information, and off we go.
That's
Lovely.
amazing. Just say like there was like 2 guys and like they had. I was just wondering how much they would have to spend if they wanted like a particular person followed for a week just to see if she actually eats meat or not,
What would that
like in her
cost?
day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Like if she claims to be a vegetarian, but we just want to see her eating a steak. Want some sweet steak.
How
bits.
much?
Yeah.
Oh, look, you're looking at probably around anywhere sort of, depending on how many hours, but like $1,500 to
Worth it.
$2,000 a day.
Okay, yeah, I reckon we probably get her in day
I
one.
can cut to the chase, and Gavin, I don't eat meat.
Well, you
so
say that,
we don't
but-
need to do
Well,
Gavin's
you better-
photos beg to differ.
You better be on your best behaviour because Gavin could be getting a call at some point this year. You'll never know when.
Thanks, Gav.